this is very interesting, and I think it's something that could go under the radar because you go and you watch a practice, and it's like who caught the balls, who threw the balls, who intercepted the balls. You don't necessarily mark down the time. 75 minutes. That's short, especially for training camp. OTAs, okay, but training camp, Harbaugh's would be routinely 3 hours or 2 hours and 45 minutes. And they weren't intense. I mean, there was a lot of water breaks and teaching and stuff, but dude, it's 3 hours, man. And, that the starting quarterback would get 25 throws, the backup would get throws. Scott Tolzien got a ton of work. I remember I've seen a lot of Scott Tolzien in this practice. The starter got 11 throws, the backup got 10, and the other two guys had to split
3 total.
Yeah. So it seems like I'm not criticizing him either. We talked that they need to make changes to keep guys healthy. They need to do something different. I'm just describing what they're doing different. They've decided to go with shorter and not particularly intense practices. Like, it's not like they're trying to cram everything in. It was very not a lot of work. Not a lot of work. That's what they're doing. And no pads until day 6 instead of usually day 3.
Right. I can't criticize them or praise them until we're 2-3 weeks into this thing. If they're still having shorter practices, less intense practices, that's going to be a little bit worrisome because Shanahan said it himself. You basically, once you get past week 4, that's when you've either figured out if this team is conditioned, and he used the word calloused properly to take season hits and avoid injury. So he has traditionally amped up practices as seasons have gone along, which results, in my opinion, in a lot more injuries because especially when you have early bye weeks and you're ramping up practice and you've got an older team and you're doing this later in the year, that's a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. So the fact that he, at least for now, seems to be taking that same path, that's a little bit worrisome.
This is hilarious. I don't know why we didn't think of this. That's so funny. That's the best. I love that. Can I have a t-shirt? Good. I would buy that. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like what Kyle Shanahan's saying is like, look, guys, there's no right answer here. If I go easier in practice, the injuries will come week 2, week 1. So I sympathize. I understand it's no easy fix, but I also respect the fact that he didn't just throw up his hands and be like, well, anything I do is going to lead. No, you got to try something different, man.
Yeah.
It's year 5. And he is, to his credit. I mean, no pads until day 6 is way different. I've never seen anything like that. It's always day 3. Always. This is going to be the lightest training camp of all time, by far. So we'll see. I do think it sucks that Sudfeld and Rosen are just, ball boys. They're me. It's like if I got, basically they're glorified versions of me. That sucks. But other than that,
Shanahan's getting more throws in practice than they are, guaranteed.
It's true.
That was so funny. Did you actually hit that on the first try? Was that?
And then he said yes, and my follow-up was, "Are you
really?
Yeah. I was just gonna keep saying really. That was gonna be like 8 follow-ups. Really. But he was so happy to talk about that. I love that.
You see, he lit up over that.
He's like,
I think he lit up too because it came from you. Listen, this is your kind of way to sneak in there, Grant. I think you might be onto something.
I don't think he dislikes me. Here's my reading of Kyle because it's year 5. I think he's basically a pretty laid back dude, and I think me and him could have a lot of fun together. I'm sure we could have a lot of fun together over a couple beers.
Yeah.
I also feel like, unlike Jimmy Ward or John Lynch, he can't take criticism, and he gets what I like to call the red ass.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball players get it a lot. Have you heard the expression?
I have, yes.
You get the red ass. And he's just, not that he hates me, but he's just like, you're wrong and you piss me off. But it's not like I hate you and die. It's just like, you're wrong and you piss me off. And I'm not going to accept that criticism. Whereas someone like John Lynch or Jimmy Ward just lets it roll off their back.
Yeah.
Like, you're wrong and I don't care and I'm confident in myself. So that's Kyle. He just gets the red ass. And you know what? A lot of good people do. It's nothing wrong with that. So that's the way.
Probably a good thing he's not on social media.
Yes, because he'd be the kind of guy being like,
he'd be very Kevin Durant, I'm sure.
Certainly. Just make sure we didn't miss anything. Oh yeah, Grant, Hurd looks like a wide receiver, too small for tight end. Your thoughts? Great reports today. Still, you enjoy your stick on slow news. My shtick. I don't have a shtick. my shtick. I didn't really look at Hurd today, man. I'm gonna look at Hurd when he gets on the field and does something. No, I'm gonna film him tomorrow. But I got a conundrum right now. I like to not just focus on quarterbacks, but it's a quarterback competition.
Of course.
I can't like not. So I'll find a way to sneak some shots of Jalen Hurd. But I got like 10,000 views on a quarterback throwing warm-up video today. So I think I made the right call for today.
I agree with that. And it might be a good idea to slip a kid $20 to let him record some things for you because you're only one person. So highly recommend that.
My wife does that too. She's very smart. Instead of saying but, she will say and I always appreciate that because it like softens the blow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. She does that so much. I'm like, thanks, babe.
He's right though. Hurd does look very slender. That was definitely something I noticed. Especially his lower extremities, his legs look very, very skinny. So no,
Yeah,
he's
this whole
definitely
Hurd
not a
tight end thing, it's just because Matt Barrows asked a question about it. He didn't say it was going to happen. He was curious. And some people talked about, but that's not happening. He's a wide receiver.